Good evening. Hello, everybody. This is Neo Kenshin coming to you here with a new special series I like to call Retro Recall. Kind of inspired to me by watching some other Let's Players and live streamers go through a lot of old school games that I used to play, way back in the day. I am fairly an older streamer. I'm in my 40s, still playing video games and enjoying time, but I enjoyed games from a long era gone past. I mean, started back in the mid 80s. I mean, I started with the good old NES system, but I even played a ColecoVision. And, I've always just enjoyed video. And this was kind of brought on to me. I've been noticing a lot of people playing like a lot of the classic games, like a lot of the Mega Man series. I've been seeing people play the old school Metal Gear games, even the MSX ones. And, I thought to myself, I think I'm going to jump back in and try to start recording some of these and just, play through them, enjoy them, and have fun with them. And I do want to give a shout out to streamers, YouTubers that I've recently picked up. Andrew Laughs Official and XTC Games. I had caught XTC Games when he was playing through Mega Man 4, Mega Man 5, and even Mega Man X and X2. And Andrew Laughs Official had jumped in playing Mega Man Unlimited. I've been watching him now going through Cave Story and Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, and I believe he said he's going to jump into X2. So, and I had done a video of X2 back in like 2012, 2013 when my recording software was horrible. I recorded it on the PlayStation 2 version of Mega Man X Collection, and I was using an I think it was, I don't even know, it wasn't AverMedia Game Capture because I didn't get that till later. I think I was using, I forget what it was, but I know you plugged in the 3 composite cables into it and hooked it into your computer, and I had to kind of keep it separate because then I had to do recorded voiceover later and try to smash them together, and it created like an echo effect and everything, which just sucked. So now, I've got much better system, I've got much better stream capability, and much better recording quality. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kick things off tonight. And I'm gonna go ahead and kick things off with a game that I have enjoyed lots, and that of course is the Mega Man series. And one of my favorites in the Mega Man series has always been the X series. And just recently, I played through, and I'm always learning some new things. So I created a set of videos which was an optimized 100% run. Basically, it means you get everything, all items, all weapons. Sure, you can upgrade all of Zero's parts, and it's kind of an optimized run to where you don't have to do a lot of backtracking. And now I've actually figured out an interesting speedrun technique, which will probably optimize that a little bit more. And I've actually learned a couple of things as well to test out. And basically, my video is just a casual video for anybody to come and watch and, see some of the techniques that I've picked up over the years. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not like the greatest in terms of speedrunning techniques or anything. I'm just a guy that plays it just for fun. So it's just going to be a good fun playthrough, just to have fun, just enjoy a trip down memory lane. The version I'm going to be playing is the Switch version of Mega Man X Legacy Collection. I kind of learned that I've got the PlayStation version, but X2 seems to have a lot of sound lag. So I'm hoping the sound lag won't be too bad in this version. But if it is, then, that's the game. So We'll be playing the Switch version, and like I said, this is just going to be a 100% playthrough. Show you basically where everything is, and kind of go over some of the things that I've learned about the game series over the many years. And for those who check it out, I hope this is informative. I hope it's just a chance for you just to enjoy seeing a playthrough, a classic game that you may have played through and said, I never beat that, or holy crap, I didn't know you could do stuff like that. And just hopefully you'll enjoy it. So that said, we'll go ahead and kick into Megaman X2. Start her up. Okay. And of course, anytime you hear that classic Capcom jingle, you know it's going to be a good game. That was, of course, really big during the Super Nintendo era. Capcom, I think, basically went full force with Mega Man. They were already hammering it hard with the Mega Man series on the NES. 1 through 6, and when they released the Super Nintendo and upgraded to Mega Man X, people just loved it back then. I think I was like, like 10 or 11 when the SNES, when I finally got to play the SNES version. So when I got to play this version, I think I was in middle school, like 7th grade. So yeah, it's definitely been some time. But like the first Mega Man X game was awesome, but then when I found out they had this one, like I even had a poster from Nintendo Power, which was a pic of Mega Man on the bike. That was on the cover of the game. Nintendo Power used to put fold-outs in their magazine, and I actually had one, which was cool. So let's make sure options are good. Shot, jump, up, not, up, down, select. All right. So we're good. So let's go ahead and jump on it. So, for those who, just to get you caught up on the storyline, if you played Mega Man X, X, of course, is the evolution of Mega Man. I suppose, like, the first real sentient robot that came on his own. At the first game, of course, Sigma, he destroys Sigma, stops his rebellion, and of course loses Zero in the end, and now takes over. He's now commanding the X-Hunter unit. That's so kind of the story goes this time is, of course, Sigma at the end says, hey, of course, I'll shoulder back. And of course, why not? Because you've already got a gem of a game. So why wouldn't say, why would say something? So, apparently now there's 3 new hunters or something called X-Hunters who are apparently going after X or something like that. Trying to revive Sigma and stuff like that. Which, is the basis of any Mega Man game. The original series. Wily starts something, Mega Man beats him, he comes back in the next game, starts something. You know the drill. And it's the same with the X series. It's the same with the X series, this time it's Sigma. And I've already done this on the PlayStation version, but there are some achievements in the game where if you complete certain things, it's just, self-trophy achievements. There is one I've completed in the PlayStation where if you beat this boss here without taking any damage, you get an achievement. So, now we finally get introduced to the 3 X-Hunters, which, if you're looking at the side of the screen, over on the left, over on the right, you can see them from the top down is Violin, Agile, and Surges. Some people, I think, in lore believe that they're supposed to be like support parts of Dr. Billy's memory or something, which is, I don't know. So, I never knew that. There's a lot of lore on it anyway. So, now of course, we've got a new setup here. Unlike the first Megaman X game, they were kind of like in a square shape, and you could see things like their stats. They kind of took that this time. Now it's just, you can kind of see like whatever, this island or wherever they are. You know, you see their stages, and you can kind of see where we go. We get 8 new Reploids, Wire Sponge, Morph Moth, Flame Stag, which for the longest time I swear I did not know he was a deer. I thought he was like a horse or something. So yeah. Magna Centipede, Crystal Snail, Wheeled Gator, Bubble Crab, and Oak Crab. Now, the pathing that I'm going to show you, it partially follows weakness order, then it deviates, but then it'll get back. But this pathing is going to show you kind of how to get, you're going to still end up getting all the upgrades. And this pathing will also show you the fastest pathing to take out the hunters. The X Hunters order, of course, is going to be as follows. Violin will be the first one we take on, Agile will be the second, and Surges will be the third. So, and we will end up fighting, if I'm right, Violin will be fought in Desert Base and Ostrich's stage. Agile will be fought in Bubble Crab stage, and Sturgis will be fought in Energy Crystal. Now, we will have the weakness for Surges by the time we get to him, but we will end up beating Agile and Violin with the Buster. So, we're going to go ahead and get things started. The weather control stage is probably always going to be your best bet as a stage. It's kind of an easy start. The best thing about it is it's an easy start. The heart tank is easy to get to. There is a sub tank, which is easy to get to, and the overall stage is just fairly easy as well. So, right up here in this little corner, is your heart tank. And there's actually some interesting things about this stage. These little purple orbs here actually control the weather. So, depending on what weapons you have, notice it like changes terrain. And earlier it was like super bright and sunny. Well, depending on if you have certain special weapons, you can change the weather. So if you have the Crystal Hunter from Crystal Snail, you can make it foggy. If you have the Speed Burner from Flame Stack, it makes it sunny. And if you have the Bubble Splash, it makes it rain. So, but a lot of times people don't really get to see that because most of the time, like you do Wire Sponge first, and once you're done, they're out of here. You never come back because you can literally get everything in one shot, and what reason do you have to come back? Okay. I am not trying to get caught up by you guys. Okay. Let's take our time here. That comes in handy. I don't want to take too much damage simply because, you always want to try to go in to the boss fight with as much health as possible. And Wire Sponge is fairly easy. He does hop around. He'll swing his strike chain in front of him as a shield. But most of the time, just keep an eye on him. Choose your charge shots. And, keep your distance. Charge when you can. shooting when you can, and kind of hang up on the wall. As you keep your distance, you can, really just hit him. And just hit him. He doesn't do too much damage. And if you do it right, you should also have a little bit of health in your sub-tank. So you just wait for him. Still doing the same dumb stuff. And once you get him... Oh wow, am I actually gonna get him? Okay, so that's like the lowest I've ever gotten him before. He does go into this kind of hyper mode where he gets pissed off and summons lightning. If you stay right at the edge of the corner, he won't hit you. And then for the most part, just kind of hang around him, jump over him, and he's an easy kill. But yeah, so Wire Sponge is definitely easy to go to for just about any beginner. To go ahead and basically get you started on the journey. And I just realized something. I put my headphones on back, I think. Okay, maybe I did put them on the right way. Okay, so we got our first weapon here. And so the next one in the chain, we got the strike chain, which is a pretty good weapon. You can use it to grab onto walls, grab items. So the next one we're going to go to is Wheel Gator. Now, this one is kind of essential, as this one I'll also show you how the Buster upgrade is located in this stage. Now, normally you have to go to this stage, defeat Wheel Gator, go to Overdrive Ostrich, get the dash boots, and come back. But for those who haven't seen it, there is a way to get said Buster upgrade without the dash boots, and we'll show you how. So, okay. So the Buster upgrade is located up here, right up here. Now, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use the dash boots to slide down the wall and dash over to that little corner. Well, you can do that, or you can use the strike chain. If you notice there, you do it right, and grab onto that corner, and it'll pull him onto that edge. It is kind of tough. It takes a little bit of practice. But we'll get it here. Come on. And there we go. And that gets you up there. So that's a quick way to get the Buster upgrade as soon as possible. And the Buster in this one is actually pretty good. This one introduces the double Buster shot, which, like the first one, you had Spiral Crush Buster, which everybody saw that and saw that big spiral charge and thought it was like, holy cow. Well, this one kind of upped the ante by now giving X a double shot, and that double shot is actually really good because after you fire the first shot, you're not required to fire the second shot. You can delay it. So, and by delaying it, you can actually get a lot of interesting things out of it, which... Oh, come on. You know what? Okay. We won't worry about it. We'll come back. So, okay, and our first look at the ride armors here in X2, which is really easy to handle. If you just hold the charge button down, you'll charge the drills, and you can just dash, and it'll go through here. Now, here, the heart tank, you normally can't get the heart tank unless you have the dash boots and the speed burner. Because you have to jump up here, you have to air dash, and then speed burner across. But you can use this guy and exploit him. So what we want to do is kind of get close to him. You get hit by one of the missiles, and then you dash and you use the invincibility. By doing so, that will allow you to climb up the spikes and get up there. You gotta move fast, otherwise your invincibility will run out, and didn't necessarily expect to get hit. And there's also tricks where you can also use the strike chain if you need to get up there. But yeah, for the most part, that's kind of one of the easiest ways I figured out how to get there. So now it's just keep going through the stage. Gonna work our way up. And one thing also to note, if you didn't notice, you don't have to really switch to get special weapon ammo. X has a built-in energy balancer. So, if you have special weapons that you've used and, you don't have a lot of energy for them, you don't necessarily need to switch to them in order to energize them. Now, over here, hidden behind here, there are some health capsules. So, if you need them to, get some more health or just to fill up your sub-tanks, go for it. There's a health capsule up here. We'll get rid of this dude. Okay. And now we'll go in here to take on Wheel Gator. Now, I am going to try a speedrunning technique. Wheel Gator's weakness is the strike chain, and he likes to hang out underwater. But if we do it right, we can stun lock it. But for the most part, just to avoid his spin wheels, stay up top, wait for him to come down, and you want to jump and hit him, and then I'm trying to get to him. But as long as you stay at the top, he can't hit you. You wait till he comes down. And see, there we go. I got him a couple of times. It's just the timing is split second. So that's the difficulty. But yeah, that's the only downside to using the strike chain. You can use the buster on him. The buster will keep him from jumping down. But with the buster, you have to deal with him throwing more spin wheels like crazy. But usually when you see the spin wheels coming up the wall, dash jump, and then just dash jump your way back up to the wall, and that'll keep you safe. So yeah, it is a downside that it takes a bit, but like I said, this is kind of one of the safest ways to do it. Ooh, I got 3 hits on that. That was really good. Because yeah, like the frame window to hit him is like super low. And that's even more cheesy when he just, as soon as he gets up, he ducks right back in. Okay, come on, Gator. Okay. Well, almost. And that move he did there, he does like this little drill move. What he does is he'll drill inside the wall, and it creates like a little spike. It won't kill you, it'll damage you when you try to jump on it, but it'll kill you. And that is Wheel Gator. So. Now, remember when this game did come out, like, one of the big things that everybody was excited about was the Shoryuken being found. Or not the Shoryuken, but the Hadouken being found in Megaman X1. Well, when they said the Shoryuken was in this one, it was, forget what episode, copy of Nintendo Power was, but I had that. They revealed how to get it, and I remember me and my best friend, my best friend came over for my birthday, and we went to Blockbuster and rented this game and played through it, and We spent hours trying to get that Shoryuken because of the jump was just crazy as who knows what. But once we finally got it, it was awesome. So we now come to the key element of this game. The key thing is the X Hunters are trying to steal Zero's parts, mainly because, you know, well, the X Hunters have stolen Zero's parts. You know, after Zero self-destructed, you know, gone. They were trying to put it back together. So it's basically a tug of war. X has Zero's controlled ship, while the X Hunters have Zero's parts. So, you have, I think you can do up to 5 or 6. You have at least 5 or 6 stages worth of tries to face off against the X Hunters. So, when they land, you'll see where they land at. This route, like I said, this route always does the same. If you do Water Sponge, then Wind Gator, it's always going to be Violent in the Desert Base, Agile in, what is it, Robot Junkyard, and Sturgis in Volcanic Zone. Always going to do that. And the thing is, Desert Base is where we're going to want to go anyway, because we can now get the dash beams. So, the thing is, your goal is you want to beat the X Hunters as fast as possible to get Zero's parts, because the ending is actually determined on whether or not you get all of Zero's parts. So, there are two split ending paths. There's one if you get Zero's parts, one. So, we're gonna go ahead and jump into Desert Base and take on Ostrich. Now, Violin, the first one, usually is fairly tough, especially because, one, you don't really have as much health, and, like, you don't really have as much health as normal, and there's also the fact that you don't have the armory. Having the Buster, though, is good. That can help, and having a full sub-tank is good, so... cutting through the dirt there with the spin wheel will take you to this gate, which this is his X Hunter room. And Violin, he does a couple attacks. He'll use like a spread shot attack, but his worst attack is the spike ball. So basically, just kind of watch out for it and just kind of do your best to avoid. If you have... It's mainly just keeping on the move. So, yeah, that will kind of stink there. If you have a sub-tank, use it, because it will come in handy. And basically, the biggest thing is just charge shots. But getting off that secondary charge shot will help. Okay, I might be in trouble. Maybe not. Okay, that was close. So basically the thing is just keep using your charge shots. The double charge shot helps greatly. And just keep moving and just kind of try to anticipate that spike ball. Hopefully you'll get in a position where, you know, you can kind of lock him in and he'll just keep doing the same thing over and over again, and just he'll rinse and repeat. So, got the speeder bike here. Now, up here, I'll show you. Up here comes to one of the 3 secret areas that are hidden. This is a hidden recharge room, where if you come back with the silk shot, you can charge your weapons, and you charge the silk shot, and instead of it summoning an attack shot, it will summon energy capsules. There's one here, there's one in Bubble Crab stage, and there's one in Crystal Snail. Now, the one in Bubble Crab also summons energy capsules, and the one in Crystal Snail summons weapon capsules. I don't know why. but you can come back here anytime, and it's perfect if you want to recharge your sub tanks. Okay, this is gonna be fun. If I pull this off without getting hit, okay, wasn't gonna happen. No big. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of energy left, but that's no big. Okay, so we do want to kind of just jet through here. You don't really take a lot of damage, or don't really take any damage when you're on the jet bike. But what we do want to do is, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. You can stop the snowstorm by crashing the jet bike into that. It really does nothing major. That snowstorm really doesn't do much. And then what we want to do is we want to get the jet bike up there. Now it is a pretty tough jump. So what you got to do is once you get on the bike, you basically have to boost and then watch yourself, and then right up here, that's what, and you boost, but you have to time it right so you have enough speed that you'll hit that jump. And the main reason why is because it's one of the ways to get the heart tank in the stage, which now that we got it, see, normally you can't get that heart tank, but it's okay, we're gonna sacrifice life. The only other way I know of is using the dash boots plus okay. I didn't know I ran out of lives at all. And of course, looks like they followed the pattern there. Okay, so looks like things are gonna be a little bit different. I seriously didn't know I ran out of lives. Normally I would beat it, and then the next stage I would end up going to would probably be Bubble Crab. But, you know, that's okay. That's all part of the game. You know, you never know what path you're gonna take, which is perfectly good. You know, we got the heart tank, so, you know, all we gotta do now is get the dash boots and take care of Ostrich. Now, most people, if they're unsure, they would usually go in boss order. So, boss order would be, you know, since we got the spin wheel, we would normally go to Bubble Crab, because Bubble Crab's weak to the spin wheel. But Ostrich is, you know, Ostrich is technically weak to, what is it? Crystal Hunter. So, but Ostrich is really easy. Like, seriously easy. Like, too easy. So technically you don't necessarily need Crystal Hunter. Now we'll get our dash boots here, which gives us the nice little upgrade of being able to air dash. There was also something that was also discovered. It took me years to find this out, but with the Buster upgrade, you also get the ability to double jump, which I'll show you right here. What you do is charge a shot, you want to get the pink charge, and you want to save your second charge. Now what you do is you air dash, and then at the moment you finish air dashing, you fire the second shot and hit jump at the same time. Do it right, Mega Man will jump, and his dash is reset, which that will allow you to access a whole bunch of stuff technically ain't supposed to access. And I learned that and thought, wow. And it only just improved in Megaman X3 because you now get things like the vertical dash, you get the double dash if you have the expansion chip, and you get the hyper buster, so technically you can do an infinite jump. They call it neon jumps. So Ostrich Ostrich is just easy. Just watch him and dash open. Just watch him. He'll jump. If he jumps, you just move slightly and just jump over him. Now he starts doing that, just kind of dash a bit. You want to keep him on screen because if he goes off screen, he'll go back in the back and start running. But just keep him on screen, and you're literally controlling the whole fight. Like, you know, and then he'll do that and just move. He'll just move slightly and just move. And you can effectively do this whole battle without taking a hit. But that's basically what you do. So you control the fight. You know, you guide him, you lead him where you want to go. And that pretty much makes him easy as dirt. He's basically this game's Storm Eagle, where all you have to do is just, you know, dashes and everything, and you can pretty much get to him. So now we got the Sonic Slicer, which is arguably one of the best weapons in the game. Definitely one of the most versatile. So now I'm gonna need to see how things get changed up here, because I never took this path before. So what do we got? Okay, well, this is not bad, because usually I would have went Bubble Crab and then Crystal Snail. But since Surges is in Crystal Snail, and we've got Sonic Slicer, which is his weakness, we can go ahead and go on Crystal Snail and take him on. It does mean we have to deal with this idiot, who by far, Crystal Snail, you'll realize he's one of the biggest headaches in the game. But, strangely enough, you know, Crystal Snail does get a little bit of props, mainly because if it wasn't for that little snail idiot, we wouldn't have My Hero Academia. Oh shoot, so I messed that up. Okay, so that jump is kind of tricky. What you gotta do is you gotta use the mech armor to dash, and you gotta kind of use the dash hover to get it over as far as possible, and then dash jump. But as I was saying, Crystal Snail, well, shoot. Okay, maybe I need to switch to the strength chain. Okay, I've never made this many mistakes before, so give me a break. Okay, as I was saying, Crystal Snail. I come to learn that the artist of My Hero Academia was inspired by Crystal Snail. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a second to concentrate. Okay, because now this is gonna throw everything off again. You know what? We're gonna play it by ear. One more, come on. Yeah, wow, yeah, I'm really off my game here today. I just hope I didn't fork things up here too bad. But, oh, you know what? This is something new. I now get to test the neon jump. Because right here, up on that ledge, that's actually where you go to get the heart tank. But you need Crystal Hunter for it, because what you're supposed to do is the enemy here, you're supposed to freeze him in crystal and use that to jump. But we're going to try our neon jump. So we're going to charge up, get our second shot, dash, jump, dash, and there we go. And no more backtracking for Crystal Snail. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and get our armor, which is down here, which now we get the body armor, which usually is the last one for me, but since this switched things up, it's earlier. And I remember getting this the first time and seeing the body armor and seeing, you know, what it does, and finding out that, oh wait, you get a nuke. And I'm like, What the heck? Can they make this game even any better? Okay. And, well, I'm wondering, hopefully the bosses won't be too bad. Usually by this time I've got the Bubble Splash, which, kind of helps, because it really helps on this mini-boss. But we'll just try it and see without the Bubble Splash and see what we get. Because the Bubble Splash rips through this guy. There you go. Shoot. Okay, so I can't use. So I can use the gator wheel on him. Well, I could. What the? Okay. There we go. That worked. Okay. So I'll go ahead and fill my sub-tanks. And we'll take care of this dude. And over here is where we'll find the X-Hunter Gate. Now, having a Sonic Slicer for Surges is really good. Because he likes to drop landmines where you land on. So he'll drop landmines, and he comes up with this energy shield. Now, the Charged Sonic Slicer does wonders. Especially if you get him jumping like that. And thanks to our nifty new armor, you take half damage. And every time you hear that little high-pierced whisper, or the high-pierced whistle, what that means is we're getting energy for our Giga Crush. Which will come in. Okay. So, Surgus is down. This is kind of one of the first times I've ever fought him in Robot Junkyard, because most of the time, like I said, Surgus, I'm usually fighting him in Emerald Crystal, in Crystal Snails level. Oh, alright. So we're just gonna kind of keep making our way through here. Okay. Okay, this guy, round 2. Let's see. Well, I thought I could get a charge shot off, but I couldn't. Like I said, this guy was always so much easier with the, I said he was so much easier when you have the Bubble Splash. Okay. Now these little guys, you kind of want to be careful because if they jump on you, they'll essentially hack you, and they make you jump around all over the place. And this is also the first time, well, not the first time, but this is, normally I come in here with the speed burner, which is Morphmoth's weakness, so doing him Buster is kinda weird. But for the most part, he'll stay in his cocoon form. So just keep your charge shots up, he'll drop down, and then he'll start to charge, so you dash around him, do that twice, or 3 times. And one thing you'll notice is he basically will continue to do it, and because what he's doing is he's gathering, essentially building a cocoon. Because one of the achievements is to let him go with transformation by itself. So if you let him build up enough, like if you let him build up enough junk, he will transform into his moth form automatically. So technically you can get him stuck in a loop there as long as you don't get hit, and it will literally just keep doing the same thing over and over again. But this is actually a good thing getting a Silk Shot this early, because usually Silk Shot I don't get it till near the end of the run. So we'll get it early here, which is good. So now we can hit the recharge stations fairly early. Okay. And then everything here, you'll also notice, now in his shots, you can see his armor changing as he gets his upgrades. So, yeah, that's definitely the thing about it. So where is Agile going? It is going back to the stage we need to go to. Energy Crystal. Okay. This time, I'm going to concentrate, and I'm going to get that heart tank. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Oh, come on. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come back for the heart tank. Mainly because I want to get Agile taken care of first to guarantee that I get Dixon apart. So you do need to have the armor to kind of dash up here and then kind of hover up. So you don't want to really, you can break them all, but you don't have to. And then I just jump up here. Now, Agile, his weakness is the magnet mine, but I've always fought him with Buster because you can get him in a very predictable pattern. He will do rising uppercut slashes and fire a slash wave at you. Just keep your distance from him and take your time. Like, stay up here. And you basically kite his wave shots. You don't have to jump all the way. And he's probably a lot easier, especially because now that we've got the armor, so we're taking less damage from him. But pretty much this is all you do, is you kite him. You might take some ground damage, but not much. You see him fire. Keep your charge. And there we go. And that takes care of Agile and gets us Zero Part 3, which means we are now on the completed Zero ending. let's see if I can head back to the beginning. If I can, I'll go for it. If not, then... Okay. Well, didn't expect that. Okay, so, I guess that saves me the trouble of having to go back. You know what? I'm gonna do this. All right. And 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. There we go. Knew I could get it. Knew I could get it. It took me a bit, but I got it. So now that we've got the heart tank, all we gotta do is just get the heck out of here. So we just deal with this nail. But yeah, I forgot we gotta break this again. That come down. Okay. Now, what I'm about to do here, there is a really weird trick. I don't know how people have done it, but there's a trick where apparently you can get this mech armor up here. Literally. Like, you can get it up there. I don't know how people did it, but I learned this skip just today. There's a mini boss coming up, which gets kind of annoying. And I know that there's ways to skip it. One of the ways is using speed burner. I just learned you can use the Sonic Slicer to skip it. So equip your Sonic Slicer, and what you want to do is you want to jump and fire off as many as you can at the top of your jump. And start dashing like crazy. What happens is, what I found out is when you dash like crazy, the game's memory is overloaded because of the Sonic Slicer shots. So what happens is, because the Sonic Slicer shots have overloaded everything, the mini boss doesn't know to get started. So you can effectively dash past him. I did not know you could do that, which is really cool. So, alright, so now we get our final upgrade, helmet upgrade, which, other than giving you half off on, you know, reducing your special weapons by half, this is one of the worst upgrades in the game. I mean, it gives you what's called the eye tracer, which is basically radar optics, but you almost never use it. So, but you know what? Since I've got it, I'm gonna show it off for the first time. So the way it works is you send it out to send out signal. And like here. Well, I noticed something. I just tried using my silk shot. Holy crap, I'm getting overloaded. Okay, so I come up here and I notice I can't use my silk shot for some reason, which is like, what the heck? Well, up here, if you use your eye tracer, it highlights this room. This is one of the 3 secret recharge rooms, which when you charge up your silk shot, it summons weapon capsules, and it will continue to summon them non-stop. So yeah, but the thing is, who uses their weapons so much that you have like a weapon energy? Yeah, I didn't understand it. So, all right. So what we're gonna do is get this dude, get out of the way, grab the ladder, and let him fall down. Lots of bats. Okay, there's one more here. We'll just kind of drop down just to activate it. Alright. Now we get to go play with the snail. Honestly, if you don't have the magnet mine, and this guy is a pain in the butt. I mean, a big pain in the butt. He's a snail, but yet he flies around like he's one of the fastest bosses in the game. So, basically, you're gonna buster him, he'll hide, and he'll keep hiding. The thing is, whenever you shoot him with a regular shot, he spits Crystal Hunter at you. Effectively known as snail snot. And if you get stuck in this stuff, it will lock you in and you have to spam like crazy, or otherwise he basically is gonna rev up and slam you. So, okay. So pretty much you just have to bide your time, just watch him, keep your eyes on him. And basically you're playing keep away fun. And when you get him up to a certain level, he will dash up in the corner, and that's when he would use, oh shoot, come on. That's when he uses the crystal slowdown. Basically the charged crystal hunter shot, where he slows everything down. Except for himself. He'll go back up here and he's going to do it again. Unless you hit him just the right time. Which I think I got him. Do it again. 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 Okay. We're going to get you that way. You dumb snail. Yeah. Crystal Snail was like a bane to anybody playing it with Buster. Annoying as crap. But he's done, and we don't have to deal with it anymore. Okay, and now we get his Crystal Hunter. In other words, the Snot Gun. Which is really useful in a lot of situations. And now we get the cutscene basically now saying that Dr. King's going to try to put Zero back together and get him back going. Had we not gotten all of Zero's parts, after the last X Hunter leaves, you get a message where they say they broke in and they stole Zero's control chip. Now at this point, we're basically just in just finish the game out mode. So, I mean, in terms of weakness, we do have Magnus Centipede's weakness, and we've got Bubble Crush. So we're going to go ahead and go on to the deep sea base. And I actually would have done this a lot earlier, but, you know, things happened. But like I said, that's part of the journey. We'll roll with it. You know? Okay, come on. You know what? There we go. That Crystal Hunter's gonna come in handy. So, having the charge shot and the Sonic Slicer here is actually really good because you gotta deal with this jerk. Now, this fish jerk, he travels the whole length of the stage, basically getting to the boss, and you want to try to destroy him as fast as possible, mainly because he also guards the X Hunter entrance door. So the faster you get to him, the better. Now, over here is where we can go to the heart tank. Normally you would want to use the Bubble Splash, because when you have it active, your jump increases underwater. But if you do it right, dash jump over here. You want to dash jump, and if you do it right, you can land right on the edge. Come on. Got it. Come on. I've done it before. Just because I'm recording a video doesn't mean I can't do this. There we go. So, basically what you want to do is when you do your dash jump, you want to try to dash jump as close as the top from here and get over. So that way you get as much distance to get over there. Now, here is another hidden room, which this is another recharge room here you can use with Silk Shot. And this one is life capsules, which basically will continue to fill up until you are full. You know, I never really saw what I was down here. I guess mainly because I just came up here. Mainly because, yeah. Whoa! I did not know that was up here. See, this is what happens when you play this game and you see stuff and you never knew it was there. Okay. Now, up here is where the sub-tank is. Once again, you normally need the bubble splash, but we're gonna neon jump. Well, so as you see there, you do your neon jump. And what you want to do is just keep jumping at the top of the water. And what that will do is... So basically, you keep jumping at the top of the water, and he'll keep jumping out of it. Oh, great. Don't tell me I'm starting to mess things up now. There we go. Okay. I know I'm off my game, and I know it's because I'm making a video. I know that's what it is. I'm off my game, I'm making a video, and everything's just going screwy. So, that's the doorway that we normally need to go. And if we go this way, up here is the X Hunter room. What you have to do is you have to beat that fish to get here, because if you don't beat the fish, he will block that entrance there, and even if you try to destroy him, it won't destroy him. So, if you have an X Hunter, this is the way you gotta go. But since we're not facing off the X Hunters, we'll go this normal route. This drains the water. And I want to use the Sonic Slicer because we got a lot of vertical. Kind of a vertical climb. Which, like I said, the Sonic Slicer comes in real handy. Well, if I'm not messing up and just missing spots, so you'd come out on this side for the X Hunter door and head over here to the boss. And now Bubble Crab, his weakness is the spin wheel. Arc spin wheel doesn't really work too well on him because he'll put up a shield and the spin will go through the shield but won't really hit him. So you want to use Uncharged. That'll kind of get through his shield, and plus he usually runs into him. So just kind of stay near the top. Just drop a spin wheel. Have him walk in. Sometimes he'll be dumb enough to walk into it. Okay, I want to hit you one more time. I want to hit you with one buster shot. And Go boom. And we get the trophy Dodge This. Which, that was a, you have to destroy one of the Mavericks with the Giga Crush. Yeah, some of these, achievements are pretty interesting. Okay. Now we got the Bubble Splash. Okay. And now we'll go to the Volcano Zone and get the Speed Burner. Seriously, I did not know this dude was a deer back in the 90s. I know, it's bad. It's really bad. Okay. So, these little beetle things, basically those walls look like they're kind of broken. If you lure those beetle things, they will crash into them and break them. So, you can do that. You know what? Wow. I get to use stuff that I don't normally use. That's freaking awesome. Okay. Well, we'll see here. See, I never get to the stage with the Silk Shot. I didn't know you could do stuff like that, which is really cool. Okay, so there's more of those broken rocks here. There's another one of these guys that will show up. Like right here. Okay, see, he's not supposed to do that. But there's a spot up there that, you know, above the entrance there that, there's a spot above the entrance that, you'll crash into, which will take you to the X-Hunter if you need to fight the X-Hunter in the stage. Wow, I actually get to do a lot of stuff in this level that, you know, not gonna lie, getting thrown off the game plan, I know it was supposed to be optimized, was pretty good. Because I did not know you could use Silk Shot to just hammer here. Now, with Flame Stag, if you're fighting with the Buster, he's a challenge. If you're fighting with the Bubble Splash, he's a joke. And you'll see why he's a joke. Thing he'll do is charges and dash, but you turn the Bubble Splash on. Once he's hit, he hits you. All you have to do is jump. Hit him, jump. Hit him, jump. Hit him, jump. And you literally will kite him back into the wall. He will constantly try to throw the fireball at you. All you do is you keep jumping over it. And that's just it. You will sit there and you will just grind through, you will just barrel through him like it's nothing. And yeah, that's why he's a joke. And now we get probably the most useful weapon in this game, the Speed Burner. Mainly because it gives you, basically you get the Burning Dash, which you can use on ground or air, which effectively gives you a second dash, which is really good. You can use it after, like you can use it after your regular air dash. Alright, Central Computer. Which still ended up being the last stage in the rotation. Central Computer's usually always been the last stage in my rotation. Which is strange. Now, there is an achievement here. Basically for getting through without getting hit by any of the searchlights. So, because if you do get hit by the searchlights, those kick in and activate, which is okay. So, what you're supposed to do is, we'll show you with speed burner. Jump, speed burner, and speed burner dash here. That will get you up here to the energy tank. And also, just like before, if you know how to do it, you can do the neon jump. So, one big thing is these blocks, just want to take your time through them. The purple ones you can destroy. Otherwise, if you're not careful, that happens. I seriously think it's the fact that I'm recording a video for all you people, which is throwing me off my game. Because I have never made this many mistakes before. But you know what? It's all for the love of the game. It really is. And it's worth it. You know? Because what would a game be if you didn't get to do stuff like that? Okay, come on. You know what? We're gonna sneak past this. There we go. Double X. Okay, this time I'm not gonna get slammed. There we go. Okay, now I'll show you how to do this one the normal way. So there's another sub-tank. The last sub-tank is up here. What you have to do is dash jump and speed burner to that corner right there in order to get it. But like I said, if you take your time to practice and learn the neon jump, that's all you got to do is just do the neon jump, and that will get you right up. Okay, now we come to mini boss here, which this mini boss actually gives a hint on how to beat Sigma at the end. It is a neon sword, and the thing is, bosses like this are weak to a specific weapon, the strike chain. So basically want to hit him in the hilt, just pound on him, and go to town. Now, here's the second half of the, the second half of trying to get the stealth one. Gotta be careful here. Well, normally you would fall down here, but that's okay. Now, here is unique, which I think I learned something. So, the stealth actually, I think, causes the speed up of those blocks falling. If you get through without getting detected, I do believe what it does is it keeps those things falling slow. And also one thing you'll notice, those analytical things, like if by chance you get hit by them, what they do is it'll scan you and it powers this guy up. Each time you get scanned, it powers him up to a new level. I believe the first one powers him up to red, the second one to blue, and I believe the third one to purple. And he gets stronger every time he powers up. So you kind of don't want to power him up as much as possible. I forgot. This dude takes so long. I forgot how long some of these suckers take. Oh, where's my speed burner? Oh, I didn't want to use the Get Crush already. Ah, well. Okay. And there's that last one there. Okay, so now we're gonna go in here and take on Centipede. His weakness is Silk Shot. Now Centipede, like his main attack, he'll attack you with his tails, or he'll use his magnetic attraction. One hit with the Silk Shot will destroy his tail, and he no longer uses the magnetic attack. And then from there, it's just ult him with the Silk Shot. He'll appear in one of the 4 cardinal directions, you know, left, right, or upper right. And basically, it's just the moment you hit him, he's going to teleport. The thing about the Silk Shot is it does travel in multiple directions when you hit. So if he's up in the corner, simply just fire a shot on the ground and let it arc up and hit him. And then if he's on the ground, just turn and hit him. I haven't figured out a way to see if it's possible you can lock him like you can Wheelgator. So maybe one day somebody will figure that out. Okay. And then we'll just blast him with a big chunk. Okay, so about an hour and 15 minutes in the video, which is not bad. I mean, you know, an hour and 15 minutes to take care of all 8 Reploids, and now we go to the X on our base. Well, we're making pretty good time. And we finally get our last weapon, the Megaman. And this is when, of course, we get the message of locating the X on our base. Okay. So, usually what you want to do, you can go to the X on our base directly, but the best thing to do is either head back to Overdrive Ostrich or Bubble Crab and head to one of those recharge rooms. And to double check to make sure that, you know, you've got everything ready for the end game. The way you can tell that you've got an all 8 hard caps is if you look at your life energy. You'll see that your life energy will be, it's going to be 4 units higher than your weapon energy. So if it's looking like this, like as you see, then that lets you know you've got all your weapon caps, or all your hard caps. If X looks like this dapper young fellow, with the red gloves, the white boots, his helmet, and his armor, that means you've got all your armor up. And if you've got all of these, it means you've got your sub-tanks. So basically right now we have got, we're pretty much at 100% completion with the exception of one final upgrade, which we'll be getting that a little bit later. So now what we're going to do is just refill our sub-tanks. And usually takes about 2 to 3 charges, and that will refill all your sub-tanks to full. And just use your exit unit and get the heck out of here. Okay. Alright. So now we're probably going to go take on the X Center stage. Which I'm not going to lie, this is one of the best games. One of the best BC games in the whole game. It really is. Okay. Oh, come on. Seriously? All that for an extra man. Yeah, I know. It's excessive, but still, it comes in handy. It does. Now, don't be afraid to use your special weapons because they will recharge after you complete stages. The Sonic Slicer, your Charged Sonic Slicer is going to come in very handy here, because these are these are squeeze walls, which basically if you let that little guy take off, he's gonna fly up and he's going to start drawing the wall closed. So, but as long as you don't go up to him completely, he's not gonna move. So charge your Sonic Slicer, let it fly, and that takes him out, and that stops your walls from closing in. And there are, I think there's two more. There's one more here. Well, come on. And that just makes it a whole lot easier, so you don't have to deal with it. The split pass, there's really nothing big in terms of going to the bottom or the top. You basically end up in this same place right here, whether you go above or below. But the best way, of course, to get through it, just keep holding right and dash whenever that little crane drops you, and you'll get past it. Or no, you'll come through here. I think this is where you come up. Now, this one, there is one more of those grappler things. So you have to jump and fire your slicer. So that way you fire the slicer up and you kill him before he gets in time. And with that, that takes us to... We are finally at our boss, which is our first X Hunter, which his weakness is Bubble Splash, so we're going to go in with the Bubble Splash charged. He was a pain in the butt when you had to fight him with the Buster, but now you have your armor and you have his weakness. Honestly, it's an attrition battle. Just get up next to him, charge the Bubble Splash. You'll actually do way more damage to him than he does you. And that's it. He's toast. So yeah, he got to talk all big and bad when you didn't have the Bubble Splash, but now that you do, yeah, he ain't all that stuff. Okay. And that takes care of X Hunter Base 1. Now we'll go ahead and jump on into X Hunter Base 2. Now this stage is fairly short. Like I said, once again, use your weapons liberally because they're gonna refill anyway. So use your special weapons liberally. The only ones that you don't really want to use right now, you don't want to use Sonic Slicer. And, oh, I do want to build up my Giga Crush. Because Giga Crush is going to come in handy. There we go. Yeah, you want to make sure you got full Giga Crush. You want full Giga Crush and Sonic Slicer. Like I said, your weapons are going to recharge, so no worries. Here, you kind of have to wait for it. And then on down here, you want to have the speed burner. You are going to take a little bit of damage, but it's okay. Don't be afraid to use your sub tanks because you can go to Ostrich or Bubble Crab after each X Hunter stage and recharge if you need to. So don't be afraid to use them. So we'll charge up, dash over there. Over here, there's really nothing over here except for an extra life, but it's not worth it at all. Okay, so we're gonna go in here and take on Surges. So he's now bigger, badder, and more frustrating. There is a trick apparently in the TAS speedrun. Somebody used the magnet mine where you can charge it up and you can learn to break those cannons. Normally you want to use the silk shot to break those cannons, but if you use the Giga Crush, it'll break them all at once. Now, if you thought the other bosses were cheesy, this dude is ultra cheese. Get your Sonic Slicer out and jump right down here. Now what you want to do is just watch the shots. They will either go in plus formation or X formation. And what you want to do is just charge your Sonic Slicer and let it fly. From here, you will almost never get hit, but you will hit him. Sometimes you have to move a bit and adjust, but that's all you do, is you charge up and you let it fly. Like I said, don't be afraid to use your sub-tanks. You can go back and recharge at any time. But pretty much this is all you're going to do, is stay right underneath him, charge your Sonic Slicer, and fire it up and let him have it. If you take any damage, it's minimal, or you may not even take any damage at all. And that's it. So, he may seem like he's difficult. Originally, like the way you would normally do it is you would use the silk shot and blast each one of the cannons, and it would actually be 2 platforms there. But using the the Giga Crush basically takes it out. All right, now we are entering into X Hunter Stage 3. I'm gonna just go ahead and gun it because I've got 3 sub-tanks, and it's okay. Because I may only really need 2. So we got a bit of a music change. And plus, you'll usually get enough health here, usually to refill that sub-tank as you need it, because these things drop health like crazy. Now, I haven't figured out how to get this. I know you use the strike chain, but it's like hard as crap to do it. Or even get that one. Like, how did they expect you to get this thing? Like, seriously, I don't know how you get that. We ain't gonna worry about him. So, this is what happens if these little jerks jump on top of you. They basically take control of you, and they start firing your weapons like crazy. So pretty much... And they'll do that until they get off it. They're basically annoying jerks. So here, we want to use our platform and just kind of work our way up. Now, that can be kind of tricky. Take your time and be careful. A lot of times, most of the time you won't really go for it, but you have to. Just take your time doing it. Okay. And we're just going to keep working our way up. Up here is okay, because once you get up here, you don't really need it. You can use it, and if you get kind of stuck, then just basically respawn that bat. Bring him down here, hit him with Crystal Hunter, and use him to get up. Okay. Now, what I'm going to show you here, this route goes 2 different directions. Now, the top direction is the way you're going to want to go if you have all the zeros parted. If you've basically done everything in this video, you've 100%. So you'll want to go to the top. If you haven't, then the top's really not going to be for you. So you just want to go to the bottom. But you'll always get an extra life. And up here, you're always going to have him. He's going to be causing annoyance. you want to take your time here, which actually I've learned a little bit easier way to do this. Come here, you. Use your invincibility. It will help. Now this right here, I'm not gonna lie, is probably the hardest trick in the book. You want to speed burner dash to the middle area and then immediately turn and dash the other way. I'm probably gonna die a couple of times, so we'll give it a couple of tries. Yeah. But it's okay, because it spawns you right back here. So what you want to do is lure your bat over. Get yourself back up here. Another extra man. You need to refill your sub-tanks. We'll bring him down. Use our invincibility. Alright. Speed burner. And there we go. Like I said, it takes practice, but you can do it. Now, before you go down this slide, you have to be at full health. Go ahead and burn a sub-tank if you have to. And then just grab hold of the left wall and just glide your way down. Eventually you will fall in here and we will come to the final capsule, and this is our secret capsule, which contains the Shoryuken. Yep, and he says he's not worthy, he's not worthy. So they decided to kind of keep with the Street Fighter thing, mainly because around the time X2 came out was also when I believe Super Street Fighter 2 came out on Super Nintendo. And one of the big things there was Ken got a new move. He got the Flaming Shoryuken. So they decided to give that to X instead of the Hadouken. But I'll learn some new tricks here. So if you bring this guy over right here, what you can do is, if you do it right, you jump and you use the Giga Crush. That gives you a little bit of extra height to grab onto the wall there. You can do that, or you can neon jump, which I didn't know you could do that. So yeah. So I learned you can do that and basically get through there. Okay, you jerk. I'm gonna double back because I want my full health. You know what? Work it. I've got sub-tanks. But if you're really being cautious and, you know, want to prevent from getting hit, Crystal Hunter right here is... So, we're going to be facing off against Agile. Now, his weapon weakness is Magnet Mine. With the Magnet Mine, when you fight him, he's going to be above you. So, you want to fire your Magnet Mines and guide them upward to hit him. But we just got a new toy. So we're going to use it. So he's going to be up there hanging all out, being smug. But we're going to shove a Flaming Dragon Punch right up his face. Now, unlike the Hadouken, the difference between the Hadouken and the Shoryuken, the Hadouken was basically the Hadouken was like a buster shot, but I think it did like the maximum amount of damage done. So I think the maximum amount of damage was 28 points of damage, which was an instant kill to anything. The Shoryuken does damage over time, which I think it does I think they said it's like 8 hits of damage per second. it's like 7 or 8 hits damage per second, or per half second, or per frame, or it's like a lot. So you can actually do a lot of stack damage. You basically do a lot of stack damage in a short amount of time. So that's kind of how that works. So, oh, I didn't know you can make it turn around and still be in wheelie mode. Okay, so we're gonna go fill up one more time here before we go into the fourth one, which is our boss gauntlet. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. We got full sub-tanks. Now, I'm gonna go into the boss gauntlet. I'm probably gonna use the Shoryuken on a bunch of bosses, mainly because they aren't as crap. So the ones that I didn't use the weaknesses on, I'll use the weaknesses on them. So you can actually see what their weaknesses do. Unlike Mega Man X, the boss gauntlet, you now have all 8 of the capsules here to face each of the bosses. So basically just pick one and jump in. We got first, Magnus and a P. Okay. Like, see, as you notice, like, it didn't do completely all of his damage. It did a lot of it at once. Oh, just to kind of explain, the Shoryuken, of course, is the special attack. You have to be his regular X. You can't be in any of his weapon forms, and you have to have full life in order to do it. That's the only way you can use the Shoryuken. You take any damage, you'll lose the ability to do so. And the way you do it, its motion is forward, down, down, forward, and your shot button. So kind of roll your finger from forward to down, forward, and then hit your shot button, and that will do the Shoryuken. It takes a bit of time to learn. Even I had a problem learning it on the pad when I was a kid, so it just takes practice. If you ever have trouble, just, play a game Street Fighter, and you'll be able to learn it. Okay, now, we didn't do Crystal Snail with his weakness. I'll show you what his weakness does. He was annoying without the Magnet Mine. Now, he's hilarious. Hit him with a Magnet Mine, throw one behind him. Now, what's going to happen is he'll knock him out of his shell, and he will do everything humanly possible to get back in his shell. I mean, dude hates being out of his shell. But you can dash into it and literally play keep away from him. So, that pretty much means he's now at your mercy. Which, once again, is hilarious, just watching him flail around and struggle around like the loser he is. Okay. Now, if you need to recover some health, there are 4 small health capsules up here, which, if you took minimal damage, is good because it gets you back up to full health for your Shoryuken. Okay, so now we've got Overdrive Ostrich. Now, Crystal Hunter will bounce off of him, but when you hit him, it immediately makes him jump and do the super shot, and that's all he'll do, is he'll jump and he'll do his spread shot. Do you keep kiting him? Just keep dragging him along. That's all you do. You can even use the slowdown. It will slow him down and kind of just gives you more control over seeing him do his super. And you can see where it's going to come down. But that's all you do, because literally he will only do that jumping move. He won't do anything else. And you just repeat and literally keep him in a cycle. So that kind of basically keeps him under control. Okay. Go ahead and recharge again. And who have we got now? Oh, we've got Gator. Good. I'm going to Dragon Punch this fool. He's annoying. Okay. 1 meal. 2. He'll jump. And then he'll do that, which is okay. Let's see if we can lock him down. Okay, so I didn't get him for the last one. But, once again, you can use the X Buster on him. Normally, if you use the X Buster on him, he doesn't, he won't dive down. So if you use the X Buster on him, you can keep him kind of above the diving part, and get him. But yeah, Gator's one of the most annoying ones where if you've got the Shoryuken, get him with it as best you can. Get up to him and blaster him. That'll speed up his fight faster than anything. Okay. Now, Morph Moth. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. But his weakness is Speed Burner. Oh, it doesn't really do anything extra to him. It's just what damages him. I mean, it might stun him, but otherwise, it really doesn't do much to him. So, you know, Shoryuken him in the second form, and he's good to go. When he's in the cocoon form, if you hit him, it does do a burning animation where it looks like he's burning, and you can't hit him for another few seconds, so you gotta kind of wait and let it go. We'll go ahead and refill our energy up here, and if I'm right, all we have left are Stag, Sponge, and Crab. Okay, and this is Sponge. Now, Sonic Slicer is his weakness, which will cut through. So like if he does the shield animation, it will cut through that shield animation. But it's also really good because it just bounces everywhere, so you can just kind of keep spamming it. And then occasionally pull off a charge shot and just do some extra damage. He does do his charge bit. Thing all the way to the far end, you still won't get hit. Now, when you beat him with the Sonic Slicer, he does have a specific animation, which you do also get you do get an achievement for it. The Slicer will cut him in half. That's the only time you get to see him fall apart like that is you use the Sonic Slicer. Okay. We don't need to fill up on energy, so one of these is Stag and one of these is Crab. Okay. Let's try to Shoryuken this fool. There we go. And no worries, if you Shoryukened up into the spikes, well, it didn't kill him, yeah, it killed you. So you want to be careful there. And then the last one is Stag. Okay. So as you can see there, it doesn't do full damage, but that's okay. We're just gonna blast him in the face as he comes down. All right. 145, we're not doing too bad. And now once again we find out, yep, it's good old Sigma, he's back. Sorry if I'm speeding through the text. I mean, sorry. Don't worry, I'm gonna do Megaman X3. And I'll make sure to go easy on. But we're gonna go back over here to Desert Base. We're gonna fill up our sub-tanks one last time. And we're pretty much at 100%. Not worried about taking damage. We'll get in here and recharge. And that should have us fully charged. Yep, that's got us fully charged, so we will bail. And now we are set for the end game. And something that people didn't know, there's one final Easter egg hidden here. You could go to the X Hunter stage, which takes you to the boss, or you can do this. Go back to Magna Centipede stage. Main reason why? The final stage is the central computer stage. So whether you go to the X Hunter stage or you go to Magna Centipede, it takes you to the final stage. And it's just like Magna Centipede. You're going through. It's got the stealth sequence, just like it did before. And of course, if you trigger them, it will trigger the stuff, just like that. But now here's also something else. If by chance you forgot to get the items here in Centipede, like you forgot to get the heart tank or you forgot to get the sub tank, they will still be here. So even after you completed everything else, they'll still be there. So you do have a chance to still get them. Okay. So basically what we're doing is we're just going right back through Centipede stage just like normal. I'm gonna try one final trick, which is probably the hardest thing to do in the whole game. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hit it, but I'm gonna try for it. So this final trick, if you pull off a Shoryuken and land in exactly the right place, you will effectively become invincible. So, here we go. I think I might have it. I don't know. So, if you notice, this is kind of where the split happened. This is kind of where the split happens. If you collected all of Zero's parts, you will be facing Sigma and a black Zero. If you did not collect all of Zero's parts, it will be the real Zero. Now, the big difference is, if you did not collect all the parts, you have to fight Zero. And he can be pretty tough. But otherwise, he comes in here like a badass. Upgraded, looking cool, now has the shoulder pads and the gauntlet spikes and his cool beam saber, and you get to hear his awesome theme. So what I was trying to do is, I don't know if I did it right. I might have gone a little bit too far. When you come into this room, if you Shoryuken and land just right around the middle, what's going to happen is Zero, what he does is he will break through the floor. And the only way you can do this is you have to have collected all his parts. Because if you fight him, you can't do that. But if you collect all his parts... Oh shoot, I didn't know that you could take damage. Crap, I didn't know you could take damage from it. Oh wait, did I do it? I think I did it. So what's supposed to happen? Okay. Wow, I didn't know. I think I did it. Maybe I did. Maybe, oh crap, maybe I did do it. I don't know, maybe I did do it. Because technically what's supposed to happen is when you fall down, you're supposed to become invincible. But I don't know if I did because I think I'd lost the ability to do the Shoryuken. We'll see. No, it didn't work. Okay, so apparently what happened was, when Zero hit me, it apparently blitzed it and messed it up. Because I think what's supposed to happen is you land right there in the middle, and when you land there in the middle, what's going to happen is you fall down through while the text is still going, and you still have control over X. So when you land, you, basically what happens is you're invincible through this entire fight. But, you know, we're just going to play it by ear. And, yeah, I know I could Shoryuken him, but I'll show you his weakness is the Sonic Slicer. So just charge Sonic Slicers, they'll really just lay into him. It's okay, because we do have sub-tanks. Okay. Well, let's see. What'll happen here? You know what? We're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it again. That's perfect because we get a second chance to try it. And we don't often get to... And I'm not really worried about alarms and stuff. Because I'll get capsules and everything here. So I kind of jumped in and did a Shoryuken. I think what happened was I landed too far. And when Zero did his slash, that's what hit me. But if we can get it, hey, that'll be awesome. So, gotta remember what I had to do. Did I dash in and Shoryu? Maybe I did. I don't think I got it. I might not have gotten it. We'll see what happens. Zero will come in. A beam slash. Let's see. Nope, I didn't get it. I was a little bit more off. So, I've got to somehow time it and land right here. So where have I got to Shoryu from? So I think I've got to get, if I can get right about here. Yeah, that's where I've got to Shoryu from. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and finish things up. And hey, like I said, that's the spirit of the game. You never know what's going to happen. Alright, so now we don't have to listen to Sigma. Or yeah, we do. Okay, shut up so I can Dragon Punch you. You Wolverine wannabe. Okay. You know what? I'm okay wasting it. because I'm gonna shore you this fool. So, but yeah, Sonic Slicer if you don't have it, if you can't shore you, but now you're gonna face off against Sigma's final form, Neon Sigma. He basically turns into a head. If you're going for the Shoryu, just use it. And he'll turn colors. It's okay, he will. He does summon enemies, which they can drop health energy. And they do. Just use it to fill yourself back up, Shoryu, and there you go. Otherwise, his weakness is the strike chain. You basically just get strike chain out and you spam it on that fool like it is no tomorrow. And with that, we have completed Megaman X2, which, like I said, was hands down one of my favorite games. So, and this is also kind of the first time we hear about Zero, kind of about his origin. Seeing his last words was he was the one of the last of the Doctor's creations. Well, later on in the series, you'll find out Zero was created by Dr. Wily as Dr. Wily's last creation. So, that kind of leads to an interesting line of the story. So, with that done, now you'll get to see the differences in the ending. We'll see the ending scene here, which will actually showcase. So, if you didn't collect all the Zero parts, where you will see here, you will actually see only X. Zero won't show up. But collecting all the Zero parts, main reason why is Zero's taking damage, so he's gonna head back to base, of course, and not wait for X. But like I said, if you get all the Zero parts, Zero doesn't take all the damage, and he will be waiting there for you, and both of them will be standing side by side. So that's one of the big major differences there. And then we'll see the last difference at the end of the credits. There will be one more change. And we'll just let these credits run. But yeah, this is Megaman X2. Like I said, it's one of the best games that I played when I was a kid growing up. To this day, you know, I'll pop in Megaman X Legacy Collection and just play it. And I always enjoy playing it. It's honestly one of my favorite ones. Honestly, I think it's probably one of the best ones of the X series. You know, so I believe it got a lot of good reviews when it was out. A lot of good feedback. If you're really interested in playing it, the game itself, it is on the Megaman X Legacy Collection, which is out right now on PlayStation 4, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. The collections, I believe they come as X Collection 1 and 2. It's part of X Collection 1, which is the first 4 Mega Man X games, so X1, 2, 3, and 4. So, you have multiple ways that you can play it. Even such, let me see here. Let me see if I can find it. I probably just mooned the camera, and I'm sorry. But I actually played it originally here on the PlayStation 2 version, which is Mega Man X Collection, which this one had the first 6 Mega Man X games, X1 through 6, but didn't have a lot of the features here. So yeah, with the instruction manual and PlayStation 2. Yes, they did include instruction manuals in games back in the day. I got this one as a pre-owned copy from Game Crazy. Yes, it was one of those game stores that used to sell games for $13.50 because I was an MVP. Oh, this one actually did have a seventh game. This one had Rockman Battle and Chase, which was the Mega Man racing game, which was on PlayStation, which not many people saw. So, if you're able to play classics like that, pick it up. Probably going to be worth a lot of money if you try to go for it, but hey, if you can find it, go for it, man. It's a steal. So we are here at the ending. Of course, the ending credits was basically just going over the Reploids, and this is the last bit of the ending. If you did get all of Zero's parts, it will be Zero there, the real Zero. If you didn't, it would be Black Zero. So that is it for Megaman X2. I want to say thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Retro Recall. And I want to say once again, thank you to Andrew Laughs Official and XTC Games for inspiring me to do this. Just to get in and just to express my love of games that I've played in the past and I've had fun with. And, I'm just happy to be able to share them with, the world today. That's all I can really say is, thanks so much. Other than that, hope you get a chance to play the game. Hope you get a chance to enjoy it. Hope you've enjoyed it. If it helps you learn anything, go for it. If it helps you give you a shot at Mega Man, go for it as well. I'm glad it helps. But until then, I want to say thanks so much for tuning in and watching. Take care of yourselves. Stay excellent to each other. And I'll see you guys. Peace out.